Video starts.
All right. Mark.
Intro to grits, take one.
Much debate about grits. Only debate I want to have is they're delicious if you get the right grits. And I've run into a couple of northern individuals who I consider friends who want to battle about whether or not grits are delicious. So, no offense to Village Inn or Huddle House or anybody else that serves watered down grits and slaps a stick of butter in it and calls it delicious, but you have to get, whether you get this particular brand of grits or not, we're not endorsing this brand of grits, my favorite, stone ground grits. Treat them with a little love, they take a little bit longer, which we'll get into here in a second, but you're going to be amazed when you try them. I promise you, your attitude towards grits will change. And if you already love grits and you haven't had a good solid grit like this, well, we're about to raise your expectations. And then you always have, you can either just use the oil. Grits, we've talked about intro to grits. Mayhem Grits 101, buy the best quality grits you can get. These take a lot longer to cook. So it's 4 cups of water for 1 cup of grits. It's a little different than what you're used to with the quick grits that everybody cooks is 1.5 or 2 to 1. This is 4 to 1. That's just give you an idea of the quality. So got the water going. I had a guy tell me, actually I think it was Phil Childs, shout out to Phil, when you cook pasta the same as you cook rice, the same as you cook grits, the water you cook in should taste like the sea. So it should be briny and salty. Start with that. So when you get your water going, put some salt, get some brine in it. 4 cheese grits. White Vermont cheddar, a good feta, whatever feta you like, Parmigiano, Reggiano, shaker Parma is fine, it's grits, and Romano, perfect, and a stick of butter. All right, so we've got 4 cups of water. That is about 3/4 of a tablespoon of salt. I'm gonna throw it in there. I don't think it's gonna be salty enough, but like I said before, it really needs to be briny like the sea. Like if you went and took a sip of the Atlantic Ocean, that's kind of where you want it. So almost a tablespoon of salt's not quite enough. So let's make it that much more, which should be perfect. Make sure it's dissolved. Bingo, bango, bongo. Cup of grits. Right. Give it a stir. At this point, bring it back to a boil. And then crank it back down to a simmer. So you don't want it rolling boil or anything crazy like that. And that's that. It will take about 15 to 20 minutes. Roasted clove of garlic, the whole head. Drizzle it with a little olive oil, sprinkle it with some kosher salt, pop it in the oven 425 or so until it does that. Then you can squeeze it like toothpaste, which I'm not going to do barehanded because it's molten lava, but it's delicious. Head out. I use a toothpick, frill pick to pull the cloves out. You can see they kind of just pop right out. But they're roasted. The sugars have started to caramelize a little bit, so they get a little sweeter. It'll save you a step later on. Just pull it. I'm going to take them all out. The ones I can't get out, leave them in there. Don't fight them, because I'll show you in a second what will happen. But these are coming out pretty nicely. So I'm not going to have to do it. I'll show you this last one. So you'll have some stubborn ones that don't want to come out. You just squeeze them like toothpaste and they just come out. And that way you maximize your yield out of that head of garlic. And then from there, glass jar, whatever, cover them up in olive oil, put them in the fridge, freaking last forever. Well, not necessarily forever, because you'll use it on everything once you realize how easy it is to use and how good it tastes. Another Mayhem secret we'll share with y'all. I learned that one from Uncle John. By the way, shout out to Uncle John. Recording, Tomatillo. Gooseberry family. Everybody thinks it's a kind of green tomato. It's not. It's got a crazy husk around it. Just peel it. No big deal. It has kind of a sticky, weird texture to it when you get the skin off. Don't worry about it. Quarter it. And you want to roast it. I'm going to roast it with some onion. I've already got the roasted garlic here. What I'll do is, same thing, little olive oil, little salt, roast it till it's caramelized. Normally I would put a hot pepper, a jalapeno, a datil, preferably a datil. We don't have it tonight, so we're going to use some mash from our secret stock to make this fiery. Roast them till they're nice and soft, and then we're going to blend it down and make it delicious gravy for the top of the 4-cheese shrimp and grits. So look, a lot of people like to add heavy cream to their grits. It's fine, it's great, but whole butter is the deal. Now you're going to add a little bit at a time your cheese. Right? If it starts to get a little dry, don't be afraid to add a little bit more water, but you don't need to. Keep stirring.
You add some Menorca Mayhem in it?
No, the Menorca Mayhem actually will go last and as part of the gravy with the tomatillos that we roasted in the oven. And then we'll actually, in most instances, use some fresh diced datils as a garnish, so you get that taste. Going to finish up the 4-cheese stone ground grits and shrimp, spicy pork sausage with a little tomatillo gravy with Menorcan Mayhem. There's scrimps right there. Let the grease get hot. Troy had a good question. He's like, you're going to leave the sausage in there while you do the shrimp. Yeah, absolutely. Pork sausage is going to give up all that smoky, good pork greatness. And these sweet St. John's River shrimp that have been up in that brown water, that sweet water that we all know and love, perfect for these 4-cheese grits. So once it gets good and hot, we'll knock it out here in about 2 seconds. When they hit, I'll probably turn the heat off and toss until they're cooked, and then we're going to plate. Shrimp in, and you'll see how quick they cook. I'm going to give them a few tosses. Not going to take long. Oh man, if I could give you the smell, delicious. We're going to put it in a bowl, slop it all together, and show you some mayhem like you've never seen with my brother's Perlo, shrimp and grits. Man, mayhem's where it's at. Try it on everything. Eat it on everything. Enjoy it on everything. Look at that goodness right there. This is that Menorca Mayhem Tomatillo goodness. We roasted it all together. You can blend it as fine as you'd like to blend it. I like it a little bit chunky. I like it to have a little texture to it because, you know, texture, it's a different experience with your food. I'll put a little bit of it right at the top of those grits right there. Get a little shot of that right there. So, I have some, let me borrow that spoon right there, Bo. Look, we got plenty of goodness to go around for everybody. A little bit of sausage, a little bit of shrimp.
Hey! Can you use wooden spoon?
That's all right. Got that covered. Use what you got. Now, super secret, Mayhem Easter egg, as the gamers would say. If you really want to get crazy, perfectly fry an egg, pop it right on top, and then just a couple of drops. It's already in the gravy, it's already in the sausage. Man, I promise you, will change your mind about grits and shrimp. Your life is changing right now. Eat it.
Eat this.
Put it in your mouth. That's what she said.
Don't say that.
Ooh, I can't say that.
You're gonna want to eat this.
Eat it. And if it's terrible, I'll eat it.
That's right on time.